Well, I'm retiring this one from my daily carry uh, because for some reason it's just been leaking on me. I'm sure it's because of something else, not a broken sack or anything, and I'll take this one out for a while. I haven't used this in a number of years. I have a feeling, I think this one originally was missing its Sterling lever, and I placed in it a nickel lever, so if for some reason this pen is lost, I won't feel as traumatized as I would have been if the other one was lost. Let's see what kind of nib this has on it. This is a lovely nib. It's not unlike the nib that was in the other one, so I'll be used to it. It's sterling. It's nice and pretty to look at, and I'm able to wow a person sitting me next at the next bar stool over when I calligraph their name, and I'll say, "Oh, this pen is 100 years old," and they'll say, "Oh my God, that's beautiful," or "That's amazing," or whatever. Whereas if I show them this pen, this doesn't look as antique as this one. So this will be the new one. So hopefully its sack is in good shape. I'll load it up with real ink in a minute and carry it around for a little bit. Sometimes when you don't use a pen for a long time, the sacks do get old, and there is that fear that you're going to be carrying it around in your pocket and suddenly I wonder if this is what Rob calls the Waterman skipping problem. There's just that little tiny bit you're drawing, and you put it into third gear, and there's a little hesitation that sometimes happens. So I texted Drew Brown, who is sort of famous for being connected with Goulet pens, and now he's with Farney's, I think. And I asked him if he'd be willing to be a guest with me here, and I think he may choose to do that. I have asked a couple of other pen people who have YouTube channels to be my guest as well, and some of them say yes, and some of them have not said yes yet, or they say yes, but they never do it. So if you're one of these pen people that has a channel that wants to have me as a guest on your channel, or you want to be on my channel, that would be great. Love to have you. I know there are, I'm not exactly like many pen YouTube pen people, because I also do other things other than talk about pens. I talk about drawing, and I talk about politics sometimes. I talk about feng shui. I talk about collecting dance cards. I have many hats I wear. So here's this. You were the I remember now. It starts with an A. Alfonso, Eldolfo, Angelino, and Angelo. What is your name? There you go. D'Angelo. See, I knew it was that. See? I have it right here. Vickers. Your last name is Vickers. So you owe me $5. I'll take a check. So I understand that Donald Trump released the Kennedy papers along with the social security numbers of all sorts of people that were connected with it. So that was a mistake. I don't know if I'm going to take that bet, but let's see if I can remember it. It was another non-waspy name. I don't remember whether it was had that Italian like D'Angelo name. If you tell me the first letter, it might come to mind. But I think the fact that I remembered Vickers and got in my first guesses at trying to remember your name, I was close with Angelo. Yeah, this will be the new daily carry. It's Greek. Oh, Demetrius, I think. Hello, Kim. So, D'Angelo, I played this game, or I ask. It's a game. I guess we can call it a game, and maybe it'll be interesting to hear who you would invite to a dinner. Let's say you have the ability to have a dinner party of either 6 people or 8 people. And you're inviting them to dinner. You're one of the people at the table, so you have to come up with 5 names or 7 names. And you can invite any real person, living or dead, to have dinner with you. And you can through magical means, all of them can speak the same language, so you don't have to worry about a German and a French person sitting next to each other. So, yeah, for my age. So here is where your guests will be if you want to play this game. If you don't want to play the game, you don't have to. Cesar, Scraff. I'm looking at other people's. KB, he was here just the other day. This guy was here just the other day. Kim, did I ask you? I think I'd asked you once upon a time. I think I have your name here. Will Hodge, Todd Merrill, Jill, Callum, Mitch, Friedrich, Ms. Darling. Did I ask you, Kim, this thing, who you would invite for dinner? Okay, D'Angelo, are you still here? Do you want to play this game or not? Kim, would you like to play this game? If you could have a dinner party where you could invite anyone, living or dead, to have dinner with you, and you could talk to them and you could listen how they speak to one another. Okay, so we'll start with D'Angelo, Demetrius, Vickers. Okay, you're starting out with Oppenheimer. the physicist. It was this Robert Oppenheimer. There's one, and then of course, actually, he's two because you're one, Demetrius. D'Angelo. 3, 4, 5. You're gonna have 6 or 8 people at your dinner. Well, Kim, we can do you because you haven't done it. Okay, Kim, I'll put yours on this page. Kim. This pen is really, really sharp, and it's biting into the paper. So this paper is not as good as other papers I have. So I'm going to use a broader nib. It isn't so sharp. This will work. So Einstein, Albert Einstein, Einstein. Okay, so far we're dealing with physicists. Okay, Adolf Hitler. I think you're the first person to invite Adolf Hitler to a dinner party. Now, of course, he's vegetarian, so you're going to have a special meal for him. You'll wait until you think about it a little bit more, or you want to wait for him to get done? So far you have whatever you are, D'Angelo, and I don't know maybe what you do for a living, but you've got Robert Oppenheimer and Einstein. So a physicist, you have a politician, I guess, or dictator, or failed artist. I don't know how you... Well, you don't have to, if you're close enough, I might be able to know. But you can think about this, Kim. You don't have to, I don't want people to rush into it. This one guy, Pandu, wanted Donald Trump and Donald Trump's wife number 1 and Donald Trump's wife. Oh, no. That was Pandu's wife number 1, wife number 2. That was what I suggested. Pandu pretends that I think he's an entirely fictitious person, and he pretends to have 3 wives. Oh, there's another Hitler. Wow. I'm invited to that dinner party too. Caesar, this is it's going to be interesting. Genghis Khan, Mother Teresa, Hitler, Napoleon I, me, Todd Merrill, and Marilyn Monroe. That's going to be an interesting thing to win. Here we have Kesh wants Ted Bundy, John Wayne Gacy, Jeffrey Dahmer, all sorts of mass murderers. Anne Frank, oh good, here. So you either have 1 more or 2 more, or 3 more, rather. It's either a dinner party for 6 or 8 people. So far, you only have 1 girl, 1 female. So maybe you might want to, this is what I would do. I would, make sure that at least there's one other person someone that you can identify with. Now, I know Anne Frank was Jewish, so she could identify with Albert Einstein, maybe. But 3 more, so 6, 7, 8. Go back to this pen. This is really, really sharp, this nib. It does not like this paper. I press down and it just cuts right through the paper. The paper is very brittle. It's probably 100 years old. 1915, yep, 100 years old. Okay, Oppenheimer was a Jew as well. Anyway, we got 3 more. Lewis Strauss. I don't know Lewis Strauss. Lewis Strauss. 2 S's. Who is Lewis Strauss? I'll look him up. An American government official, businessman, and philanthropist. I see what he was doing. Okay, next. Got Admiral. You would have, he's an admiral. Well, so far you've got 2 left. Elvis. I presume you mean Presley, not Costello. And one last one then. Still only one woman. One girl. Look at these teeth marks on this one. The person that owned this pen loved chomping at the cap. Now, would they chomp at the cap when they're writing? Probably. So they would lift the pen up to their mouth and bite on it. Larry David. Oh, this is going to be a David. Do you find jokes about Jews funny? D'Angelo. there other kind of jokes you enjoy hearing? Larry David. I don't know him. I mean, I guess I do. I think I have seen him do things. He might be funny. Seems to me I saw him on something. I don't watch TV, so I think if I was telling someone at the bar the other night, I said, if Lady Gaga came in the bar and sat next to me, I wouldn't know who she was. The same thing goes with Justin Timberlake and, modern people. Well, I think that would be an interesting table. I don't know who would necessarily get along. I mean, certainly Einstein and Oppenheimer could have a conversation, and maybe Admiral Lewis Strauss might be able to join that one. Hitler, I don't think, knew a neutron from an electron, so I don't know if he would fit in. Elvis, I'm not sure who he would talk very well with, too. But this is, bring a woman, kick him out. That's not the pen. This is the one I'm using. The other one. Well, you got another dame. Could be a scientist. Could be a politician. Golda Meir and Hitler could have a little chat. Nefertiti, Cleopatra, and Hitler could have a chat. Margaret Thatcher. Oh, you have a girlfriend? Okay, would she enjoy? What's her name? What's your girlfriend's name? And do the dishes afterwards. Does she have to be pregnant and barefoot too? Just do all the stereotypes. Yeah, it's that little bit right there that happens sometimes with pens, where just when you go from upstroke to downstroke, if you, just as it's shifting gears, it sort of stops. Angela, you want her? Angela. Well, that'll look nice on your Angela and D'Angelo. Okay, who else is in the room? We've got your dinner party taken care of now. Put the book away. So I had this argument, I'm having this argument right now with some sort of conservative person who seems to think that telling school kids that gay people exist will turn them gay. And I responded to her saying, she said, all of the, I can't find books in the library that don't have a gay character in them. Or, well, so what? Reading about a gay character is not going to turn you gay. When I was in school in 1960s, there were zero books that had gay characters. And I didn't turn straight. You can't be taught to be straight. You can be taught to hate them, hate gay people. You can be taught to respect gay people, but you can't be taught to be a gay person. It doesn't work that way. I suppose we could have it at Hitler's bunker. I'll remember to write that in. I put the book away, so I can't change it right now. Dear. Are you going to serve all vegetarian, or are you or are you going to, how are you going to, is it all going to be bacon? What are you going to be serving? Okay, it's going to be at Hitler's bunker. And you want a God to call out every lie. Yeah, that would be, that would be fun. If there was such a thing as a God, and if one of the commandments, well, there is a commandment, don't bear false witness. So anytime anyone says anything that's untrue, knowingly untrue, a lightning bolt can just come and obliterate them. Start with coffee. That's a weird way to start a dinner, but coffee. We can start with coffee. Were there coffee shipments to Germany in 1945? Oh, breakfast. Do you want it to be breakfast? I mean, I can make it be breakfast. It's sometimes easier, but I don't know how many people are very conversational in the morning. Anyway, start with coffee, regardless of wherever it's going to be. Oh, here's Gary Scott. Wanted Richard Feynman, Albert Einstein, Obama, Putin, Trump, and Richard something. Sears. And me. I'm invited to that dinner. Speaking of breakfast, I have to eat some, so that means I have to stop this one pretty soon. So I'm gonna coffee, eggs, OJ, steak, bacon. Well, Hitler can have the orange juice and maybe eggs. I don't know how vegetarian he was. Bacon is certainly no for many of the people. If they're practicing Jews, they won't take any of that. Milk and cereal. Okay, milk. Milk. Cereal. You serving any Bloody Marys at this dinner, this breakfast? If I was one of your guests and saw the other people at the table, I'd call Angela over, your wife, when she's not sitting down at the table, your girlfriend rather, and say, Angela, dear, can you bring me like about 8 Bloody Marys? I'm gonna have cereal, just like Hitler. I had the same cereal last night for dinner. Anyway, I have to go. So we'll see you all later. Bye-bye.